Hi guys and welcome to Crazy Burger. So it's that time of the month again. It's Game of the Month from Indie Heroes Collection 3 that's going to come out February 2024. Now the game for August is Doodle World Redrawn, which you can then download via the firmware update on Evercade VS and Evercade EXP. So let's have a look at the details of this game. Now this is obviously a re-imaging of the game that we got on Indie Heroes Collection 1. Obviously it was called Doodle World, so this is basically a sort of redrawn, re-imaging version of that. It's got like added levels or extended levels, a little bit of redesign, got some extra moves, and it's probably a lot harder as well to play through. Now there's still the kids mode, so if you're still finding it a little bit tough, you can play with kids modes, but basically gives you extra lives and less sort of enemies to make your way through. There's no doubt I really enjoyed Doodle World from Indie Heroes Collection 1, really enjoyed it, but it was probably a little bit easy to complete, and you could complete it in about 20-30 minutes. Now, having played this one, it certainly is a lot tougher, and you will probably not complete it that quickly due to the fact that it's probably a little bit harder. I'm not saying it's a longer game, extensively, but it certainly is a lot harder to play through. You've got a double jump now to play through, and you can also dash a little bit by holding the A button, I believe. But yeah, there's lots of details here. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to look at the actual details of the game. But if you update your firmware now, for August, you will get access to this game for a month or until you actually update your firmware again. Now, there is some more information here about the new firmware includes important updates for the VS and EXP, so I'll go through that a little bit as well. And also, if you're not aware, there is a secret game being added, which was kind of hinted at in the Indie Showcase last month as well. So if you're not sure what that is, I'll reveal that in this video as well, and we'll play that too near the end of the video. But if you don't want to do that, I'll probably put chapters in so you can skip it if you don't want to and find out yourself. Let's have a look at the support notes. Okay, so let's have a look at the latest notes for the patch, the firmware update. Obviously, we're adding the new Game of the Month. There's a new secret game unlocked via the secret keyboard passwords, which I'll reveal in the video. There's extra warning message added for cartridge updates once the cart is inserted and a patch is available. Just to let you aware of that, because sometimes if you do that, it sometimes took forever to load and you weren't really sure what was happening. There's fixes for Team 17 collection, where sometimes we'd get the DOS error crash upon submitting a high score to a game leaderboard through some of the games on Amiga. Fixed an audio glitch on Evercade EXP startup, and fixed a bug where audio would not fully mute. Interesting, so maybe you can fully mute your EXP now, who knows. A known bug is present in the audio fix where the volume control in the settings menu is set to 0. This will not mute until you increase and decrease again, blah 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 blah. So, interesting. Obviously, if you're aware of that, that's a fix for you. Anyway, guys, let's get on to the VS and we'll play through the new Game of the Month and look at the secret game. Okay, guys, once you've got your VS or EXP updated, you will be greeted with the new Game of the Month for August, Doodle World Redrawn. Now, you'll also have an additional game added to the hidden games. It will say 7 out of 8 games unlocked, so you have to unlock that via the secret code, which I'll show you at the end of the video. So what we're going to do now is quickly play Doodle World Redrawn, and here's some of the details. There's no doubt it's a really cool game, but for me it's probably a little bit, it's still pretty much more of the same, just slightly different levels. You've got your double jump obviously and your dash ability. You obviously need the double jump because the levels themselves are a little bit higher, so to reach the sort of bonus stages and extra cranes you'll certainly need to utilise the double jump. And just obviously you've got flashing cranes for invincibility, avoid the pointy cranes because you might die, and if you find it too hard, there is the kids mode. But anyway, let's get started, and we'll maybe play through normal mode first, and then we'll play through the sort of kids mode as well. Basically that's just a little bit easier, there's more lives, less enemies kind of thing. So let's go. If you haven't actually played the original game, then you'll probably be in for a treat. I think this will be better for those that have never played that game, whereas if you have played it, I'm not sure there's enough here to warrant playing again. I'm pretty sure it's an easy game to pick up bit enough. I guess if you really love the game, it's easy enough to just quickly pick up and play on your EXP or VS. But yeah, it's not the biggest challenge in the world. I say that as I die. But personally, I usually prefer playing the kids mode. But yeah, you can easily sort of run into the enemies because they are placed strategically throughout some of the platforms so that you definitely find it a little bit of a challenge. So to speak, I'm not even going to get far here, am I? I'm going to die instantly. How bad is that? I would open my mouth and say it was easy. So the double jump is quite cool. There's obviously this new dash. You can see, hold down the A button, you can do a kind of a dash. I'm just going to avoid that harder part, to be honest. It scares me. Oh, you've got your bonus levels as well, which you obviously need to use the double jump to actually reach to. Now, collect all the cranes. If you get up to over a 99 and then it sort of loops back again, you will get an extra life, which is very handy. Now, there's no doubt if you're playing this normal mode, I think you'll probably find it a good challenge. And for me, I definitely struggle playing normal mode. I'm not embarrassed to say, I don't mind. I'm totally fine. I die instantly. So let's jump onto kids mode, so it's a little bit easier for me at least. How embarrassing. So yeah, this game is by Nate and Araceli Peters. I hope that's how you pronounce her name. Sort of father and daughter designed game. The daughter obviously done a lot of the sort of character designs, and Nate done all the sort of coding and tricky stuff. Great sort of soundtrack as well, really cool. I definitely love the design of this game. It is so cool. It's very different, I guess, to anything you normally see platform wise. It's a nice touch. You can see it's a little bit easier. There's less enemies out there. You'll probably notice, especially the later levels, that there's less enemies sort of on your path. I'm pretty sure there's extra levels as well. As I was playing through, I'm sure there's additional levels through the game that weren't in the original ones. So it is a slightly longer game. And again, there are bosses at the end of, I think this is it third stage maybe? Second, third stage, there's boss levels, but they are all pretty straightforward. There's not much of a challenge at all in any of them. It's a nice touch nonetheless. And I think for me this is definitely a game of patience. Trying to rush through this game, you'll probably die in sort of quickly against some of the enemies, just because you basically run into them all the time. Again, I'm not entirely sure it's worth having this on Evercade, considering we already have the original. It's nice, but yeah, I'm not really sure we needed it. Again, that's just my opinion. I'm not sure it's different enough to warrant having it on. It's not like it's Doodle World 2, it's really just a re-imaging or extras added on to the original game. Now this is the boss level. Pretty straightforward. You really just have to jump on the enemy head 3 times, I believe, and that will be it. All over. Then you move on to the next level. You can see the sort of kids mode is certainly a lot more forgiving, I would say. The enemy placement isn't quite as brutal as the normal mode. So if you like a challenge, then definitely stick to normal mode. If you're not really bothered, you just want to play the game and enjoy it, then I would recommend going to kids mode. Personally, I'll probably always play kids mode. That's just me. I don't really like challenging games these days. I don't have the patience for it anymore. I might have at one point, but yeah, I definitely get a bit ragey. Sometimes I feel the enemies definitely have a mind of their own. They kind of wander off the screen to their death without really. They just seem a little bit stupid, but sometimes they do wander into your path, annoyingly so. And so far we've had a really good selection of games. I've certainly not had a bad one yet. Admittedly, last month's game wasn't the best, but it wasn't too bad. It's just very, very short. I guess the last 2 games have been kind of similar, where they're not the longest at all. But I guess you have to mix it up somehow. Anyway guys, I'm going to probably leave it there without just playing through the full game, or trying to anyway. And what we're going to do now is... Oh, I'm pretty sure I jumped in that crane's head there. Anyway, What we're going to do now is move on to the secret game. So if you don't want to know what the secret game is, then feel free to turn off the video now, and we'll catch you in the next one. Anyway, if you want to know what the secret game is, then hang fire and we will reveal how to actually access it and what the game is, and we'll play it as well. So let's get stuck into that. For those sticking about, let's go. Okay guys, let's get on to this secret game that they've added. I'll show you how to do it. So if you go to secret and then input the secret code. Now a lot of people were guessing incorrectly. A lot of people said Boulder Dash, which I suppose made some kind of sense given the sort of clue that was gave. But if you input this here, stone, which makes sense to the riddle, then press the start button, you will get this new secret game, Rogue 64. Now the first time I looked at that, I thought, oh, we've got a Nintendo 64 game, but no, it's a Commodore 64 game from the indie sort of homebrew scene. And interestingly, if you look at this game on itch.io, it actually costs $5 to play and buy, which is kind of a fascinating that we're getting this game completely for free. So amazing that we've got this, and it's a kind of RPG style game, more like a kind of a dungeon crawler in the style of Sword of Fargo kind of thing. And it's quite cool. There are some moves here. Moves end are with the D-pad, and hold D-pad, select item, release to use item, which is B. Now there is another control here which isn't even mentioned. If you hold the A button and push, I think up, down, left or right, you will attack whatever monster or enemy is attacking you. Anyway, let's quickly jump into the game. We'll show you what it's like. I have to say I really quite enjoy this game. And just looking at that screen there, it screams Commodore 64. Press the B button to start. And you can see here, it's got a little screen right enough, but you've got a character. You want to attack, you press, I think you hold down the A button. Maybe it happens automatically, I'm not entirely sure, but you've got health there. And you see this sort of shimmering thing here, that's a door or gateway to the next sort of stage. So you're really searching for a key to get to the exit, which is somewhere about these levels. You can see in the right hand screen there's a map that's mapping your progress. I believe that's a bit of gold. You have, oh, you've got health there, which I got back up to 5, which is cool. And there's the key right there. So hopefully we'll find the door we can then escape and get to the next level. Love the theme tune as well, really cool. Not sure if that's the door or that's gold. Yep, that's more gold. Oh, more enemy. Got a potion. To utilise the potion, so you hold down the B, then move to that. So you've got a key to find the door. You've got a clumpy potion, and if you let go of the B button, you'll use it. Oh, and it was it's messed up my controls. So I've just drank some ale, and it's messed up my controls a little bit. Oh dear. Oh, it's only happened for 5 seconds. It's fine. I'm back to normal now. A runny potion. I'm assuming that might make you run quicker, I don't know. Or maybe it gives you the runs, I don't know. That would be funny. So there's the door, the exit to the next level. So, oh gee, I need to take out the enemy first. And there we go. On to the next stage. Oh, enemy right away. It's certainly quite tricky. I've almost sort of lost my health already. Oh, I think I'll quickly get to the health before the enemy gets me. Yay. I have to say I really enjoy this. I'm going to probably download onto the EXP as well, so I can play that on the go. And it's really a nice addition to the sort of secret library. It's kind of strange why they wouldn't have added this to the C64 collection cartridge, because it's really good fun, and I'm looking forward to playing it more. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.